Hello students, this is the last unit of the chapter halogen derivatives of alkanes and arenes, and it is the study of haloarenes. Let us first define what are haloarenes. These are the aromatic halogenated compounds obtained by replacing hydrogen atoms of aromatic hydrocarbon by halogen atoms. Let us understand the meaning of each and every word. Aromatic hydrocarbon, one of the simplest example is going to be benzene. So in benzene, if you replace a hydrogen atom with a halogen atom, we will get a compound haloarene. But you need not replace only one hydrogen. You can replace more than one also. So accordingly, you can get dihalogen, trihalogen also. Accordingly, these are classified in little different manner. They are classified first as nuclear halogen derivatives. Here the halogen atoms are directly bonded to the aromatic ring, as you can see in the structure of chlorobenzene. The second type is called side chain halogen derivatives. Here the halogen atom is not attached directly to the ring, but it is attached to a side alkyl chain, somewhat like this. Here we can see that benzene ring is connected to one carbon atom and two chlorine atoms are connected to it, but not to the benzene ring directly. These are also known technically as R-alkyl halides, where Ar indicates aromatic ring. When you come to the nomenclature of these compounds, we must know basic rule that the prefix used, that is fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo, it will be written before the name of the parent hydrocarbon. For example, if chlorine is attached to benzene, we will say chlorobenzene. For di-substituted compounds, there will be relative positions with respect to the functional group. The second and sixth position will be called ortho, third and fifth position will be called meta, and the fourth position is called para. Accordingly, you can think of names of these different compounds. For example, now here we can take the starting material name, parent compound name as toluene. So the name will become, IUPAC name will become 3-chlorotoluene. In case of common system, we can write this as metachlorotoluene. Imagine this one. We can write this as 1,4 dichlorobenzene. Also in common system can be written as para dichlorobenzene. Now this becomes a tribromo derivative. So we can write this as 1, 3, 5 tribromo benzene. Since the compound is quite symmetrical, this is also labeled as sim tribromobenzene in common system. Here you can see now the numbers are to be given in alphabetical order. So you can imagine the positions of bromine are first bromine, then comes third as chlorine, and fifth as bromine. So you can travel in minimum direction so that the numbers in clockwise directions are 1, then 3 and 5. If you travel in anti-clockwise direction, they will become 1 for bromo, once again 3 for bromo and 5 for chloro. So accordingly the name becomes 1, 3 dibromo 5 chlorobenzene. The lowest locant rule is to be followed for benzene ring while counting in anti-clockwise or clockwise manner. We will see now the methods of preparation of haloarenes, and in particularly we are going to study only for monohalogen arenes. The first method is the direct halogenation, This was covered under 11th standard syllabus. It is almost everything repeated. First, this reaction needs to be carried out in a dark condition and at a comparatively low temperature. This will require Lewis acid catalyst like plain iron, ferric chloride, aluminium chloride, or ferric bromide, aluminium bromide, etc. Mechanism wise, this reaction is electrophilic substitution of arenes. This becomes somewhat a general reaction. Benzene is treated with halogen in presence of a catalyst like iron, and hydrogen from benzene ring is replaced with the halogen. Let us see now proper examples of this direct halogenation. Suppose I want to convert benzene into chlorobenzene. So we will take a mixture of benzene and chlorine. Lewis acid catalyst is FeCl3, giving us chlorobenzene. Similarly, if I have to do a reaction to prepare bromobenzene, then we will get benzene plus bromine in presence of FeBr3, giving bromobenzene. If a similar reaction is to be extended for iodobenzene preparation, things are slightly different. Since the molecule byproduct Hi is going to be making the reaction reversible, we need to use on the arrow either HiO3 or HNO3 or HGO as the catalyst. Since this reaction is a redox reaction, these oxidizing agents are used. You can see that all reactions are mentioned here except for fluorobenzene, because fluorination is uncontrolled reaction and direct fluorination of benzene is not possible. We will see after some time if I have to do fluorination of benzene, or rather to make fluorobenzene, what is a better way. We will see it in some time. We have some other reactions now. Same method if applied for starting material other than benzene. So if the reaction is done for chlorobenzene's chlorination, we will get here two products. One is orthochlorobenzene and second is paradichlorobenzene. Here we should remember that halogen groups are ortho and para directing groups. That is why incoming chlorine is directed at ortho and para positions. Suppose we do now this reaction for chlorination of toluene. I am showing here deliberately two different reactions. Toluene has a methyl group attached to ring. So if the reaction is done in presence of FeBr3 catalyst, then it undergoes electrophilic substitution at ortho and para position. If instead of FeBr3 heat or light is used, then the attack of chlorine takes place on the methyl group and it becomes a free radical substitution. That is why, looking at the condition on the arrow, you must decide the correct course of reaction. If you do not read the condition on the arrow, you perhaps might go wrong in this reaction. We will go for mechanism of electrophilic aromatic substitution. This was done in 11th standard. As I said, it's a repetition. The first step here is activation of the Lewis acid. You can see the halogen. Here I have shown bromine, but it can be very well chlorine also. The lone pair of bromine is first attacking the Fe atom. That bromine forms a coordinate bond with Fe in a way that bromine receives a positive charge. This whole complex now attacks on the benzene ring's pi bond. Now, the benzene ring's pi bond is going to be attacking on the bromine atom. The bromine which is connected to Fe takes it away as FeBr4 anion. What you are getting here is like a arenium ion. Aromatic ring with a positive charge is called arenium ion. This arenium ion is stabilized by resonance. Once again, the FeBr4 anion attacks on the hydrogen atom The hydrogen atom returns the bond to the arenium ion. Bromine forms a complete bond and the byproducts HBr and FeBr3 are created. We turn to the second method of synthesis, which is rather more useful than the first one. It is called Sandmeyer reaction. In this process, step number 1 is to convert aniline into benzene diazonium chloride. This is done by treating aniline with dilute hydrochloric acid and sodium nitrite at a low temperature of 0 degree to 5 degree Celsius. Since we get a substance called diazonium chloride, the process is called diazotization reaction. Here are the reactions. First, NaNO2 sodium nitrite reacts with HCl to form HNO2. HNO2 is called nitrous acid. This nitrous acid along with HCl now attacks on benzene, the aniline ring, and NH2 of aniline becomes N2 plus Cl minus. This product is called benzene diazonium chloride. This was step number 1. Now let us come to the step number 2. Diazonium salt which we got in step number 1 can be treated with either cuprous chloride or cuprous bromide to get the corresponding compounds. So if you are treating this with CuCl with HCl, benzene diazonium chloride is converted into chlorobenzene. If you are treating this with cuprous bromide, we will get bromobenzene. When it is heated with potassium iodide, we get iodobenzene. This was what we call as Sandmeyer reaction. It is carried out in 2 steps. From the benzene diazonium chloride, what we created, we have another variation called Gattermann reaction. In this process, the diazonium salt is heated with pure copper powder in presence of either HCl or HBr. You can see the variation. If benzene diazonium chloride is heated with copper and HCl, we generate chlorobenzene. If heated with copper and HBr, we get bromobenzene. We said earlier that creating fluorobenzene is a little difficult process and it is achieved by a process called Bals-Scheiman reaction. This is also carried out using the same starting material benzene diazonium chloride. But now this is treated with a substance called fluoroboric acid with a formula HbF4. We generate a substance here called diazonium tetrafluoroborate and which on further heating forms fluorobenzene. Now imagine this reaction carefully. We have benzene diazonium fluoride. Now here HbF4 when treated, the cation and anion get exchanged. So you can see N2 plus remains as it is and fluoroboric acid's anion BF4 takes place of Cl minus. Upon heating further, the byproducts can be seen as nitrogen gas, fluorine connected to benzene ring and boron trifluoride separates. This method is called Bals-Scheiman reaction. Since we have completed the methods of preparation, now let us turn to physical properties of haloarenes. Haloarenes are colorless liquids with pleasant odor, either in solid form with pleasant odor, characteristic smell. These are quite heavier than water. That's why they are insoluble in water, but they are soluble in organic solvents. Their density does not follow a proper rule. It is aromatic iodide, less than bromide, greater than chloride, and less than fluoride. Melting and boiling point follow once again order as per polarity. So benzene connected with iodine. So iodobenzene has greater boiling point than bromobenzene, than chlorobenzene, than fluorobenzene, which are all higher than pure benzene. Boiling point or melting point increases with the size of the aryl group increases having the same halogen atom. Boiling point of dihaloarenes are almost same, but their melting points are little different. Melting point of para-isomer is higher than ortho and meta because para-isomers have symmetrical structure, crystalline structure due to which strong intermolecular forces of attraction are present, and the greater energy is needed to break the lattice. That is why the melting point is higher. We will now go to the last part of the unit, that is chemical reactions. Haloarenes can show two prominent type of chemical reactions. The first is called nucleophilic substitution reaction. Here, the halogen atom attached to the aromatic ring can replace by another nucleophile. You can see in the reaction, schematic reaction here, the blue colored group X is getting replaced with red colored nucleophile and X comes as a byproduct. You can see in the reaction, we have written here as R intersecting the ring. This symbol indicates that any side chain is possible at any position like ortho, meta, para. This is a general representation. The second type is opposite, electrophilic substitution reactions. Now in this particular case, electrophile which is positively charged will attack on the hydrogen atom of benzene ring. You can see there are two kinds of products possible, either para or ortho. Most of the time para isomers are more obtained, that is they are called major product. Practically you will find electrophilic substitutions of aromatic rings are more common than nucleophilic substitution reactions. We will study these reactions now one by one, and we will take the first starting reaction as electrophilic substitutions only. They are the simplest one to remember. Haloarenes prefer to show electrophilic substitution reactions at ortho and para positions because halogen atom, as we know, are ortho and para directing groups. Why they show only ortho and para can be understood from this resonance. Now you can see, look at structure number 1. When we consider chlorobenzene structure, first of all, the electron of chlorine atom transfers to the bond connecting benzene ring. Since the valency is disturbed, the pi bond of benzene now goes to the second position. Second position carbon, now you can see, acquires a negative charge. Now this negative charge will shift its electron pair to the next carbon. Accordingly, the pi bond now shifts to the para position to chlorine. Once again, as happened earlier, negative charge now shifts to the next position and the pi bond shifts to the ortho position. Now this negative charge on ortho returns back to its original position and double bond returns to chlorine atom. Overall, now you can see that the negative charge is spread over second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth carbon atoms, while positive charge is located on chlorine atom. In overall situation, you can also see that chlorine is acquiring double bond everywhere. That is why the bond becomes so strong that replacement becomes very difficult. Also watch, the negative charge is present on second, fourth and sixth position of benzene ring, which we call as ortho and para positions. This is the reason why electrophilic substitution will happen at ortho and para positions. In simple language, electrophile which is positively charged will attack where there is a negative charge. And where is the negative charge here? On ortho and para positions. Most of the time, ortho position is sterically hindered. That means if a group comes to the ortho position, it will have crowding effect from the chlorine atom. That is why para product is more preferred. Reactions are little slow comparatively because chlorine has negative inductive effect and also the deactivating effect of on the benzene ring. Let us now begin by examples of electrophilic substitutions. The first reaction is halogenation. Here, chlorobenzene is treated with chlorine to form 1,2-dichlorobenzene ortho product as minor and 1,4-dichlorobenzene para product as major. A similar reaction of nitration you can see that chlorobenzene treated with concentrated nitric acid with sulfuric acid as catalyst. Here also we can see ortho and para products are obtained, and as a rule in both the reactions para product becomes the major product. The next reaction is sulfonation. Chlorobenzene is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid. The electrophile here attacking is SO3H. It comes on ortho position and para position. Once again, the para product is a major product. We do a little different reaction here called reduction. Here, chlorobenzene is treated with nickel aluminium alloy with NaOH. Now this combination you have heard is also called Rann-nickel. Due to the nascent hydrogen atoms, the chlorobenzene's chlorine is replaced with hydrogen. Byproduct is HCl. We now do two reactions which we call them as Friedel-Crafts reactions. The first is Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Chlorobenzene is treated with chloromethane, methyl chloride. Always for Friedel-Crafts reaction, the catalyst is anhydrous AlCl3. The ortho and para products are obtained, and para product is once again major product. In Friedel-Crafts acylation, the attacking reagent is COCH3 and the COCH3 electrophile comes on ortho and para positions. Once again, para is a major product. There is one additional special case of Friedel-Crafts acylation I want to show you. Those who want to study for JEE and NEET, this kind of reaction is quite important. This is a simple Friedel-Crafts acylation I am showing. Benzene is treated with butanoyl chloride, and you can see HCl is gone as a byproduct and the 4 carbon atoms chain is attached to benzene ring. This is known as the intermolecular Friedel-Crafts acylation. Now the special case which I am going to study is over here. In case of any acylation, if the side chain has 4 carbon atoms, then there is a chance of ring closure. What I mean is this way. You can see the same substance now we are showing here, but now the chlorine is outside present and the ring closure takes place to form a 6-membered ring. This happens when the intramolecular Friedel-Crafts acylation takes place. Moreover, the side chain also has a reactive functional group like chlorine. We come to now some miscellaneous reactions of haloarenes, and under this we have a first reaction called Wurtz fatigue reaction. You have already studied Wurtz reaction in haloalkanes. This is simply an extension of it. Haloarene is treated with haloalkane in presence of sodium. Benzene ring and aliphatic ring both gets joined. This is called Wurtz fatigue reaction. On the other hand, you have something called a fatigue reaction, wherein the Wurtz reaction type reaction happens but both reacting molecules are haloarine himself. The product obtained is called diphenyl. Now this diphenyl can also be produced from a reaction called Ullmann reaction. It's also called Ullmann biphenyl synthesis. And you can see a particular condition in which reaction happens. Ullmann reaction takes place only when we have iodobenzene heated with copper powder. This reaction does not take place for chloro or bromobenzene at all, and it only produces diphenyl. Let us now continue with nucleophilic substitution, and we will now see a reason why nucleophilic substitutions are difficult for haloarenes. Both haloalkanes, haloarenes and vinyl halides, they all contain carbon halogen bond. But in case of haloarenes and vinyl halides, nucleophilic substitutions are quite difficult. While in haloalkanes, they take place very fast by SN1 or SN2 reactions. What are the reasons for this? We will list down the reason one by one. Watch them very carefully. Reason number one is resonance effect. In haloarenes, lone pair of electrons on the halogen atom are delocalized on the benzene ring. We have seen already this resonance picture earlier. Now you can see that over here the negative charge is getting moved, circulated on the benzene ring. Also, chlorine is acquiring partial positive charge. Also, due to the double bond character, bond strength increases. It becomes very difficult to remove this chlorine. But in case of alkyl halides, carbon halogen is a single bond and it can be replaced very easily. Let us see reason number two. A big difference happens once it comes to the carbon atoms. And carbon of haloalkanes, as we know, is sp3 hybrid, while in case of haloarenes, it is sp2 hybrid. In sp2 hybridization, there is a greater percent of S character. It is more electronegative and it can hold the electron pair more strongly than sp3 carbon. This is the difference with respect to the hybridization. This makes a lot of difference when it comes to the replacement of halogen. Numerically, you will see that carbon-chlorine bond in chlorobenzene is slightly shorter than in case of methyl chloride. Now, this much difference is enough to make methyl chloride more reactive than chlorobenzene. Nucleophilic substitution therefore becomes very difficult in haloarenes. Let us come to third reason. Another reason is found to be the polarity. sp2 hybrid carbon is more electronegative than sp3 hybrid carbon. Since sp2 has lesser tendency to release electron, carbon-chlorine bond is rather more polar in alkyl halides. To actually give you the values, chlorobenzene's dipole moment is 1.73 and chloroethane's dipole moment is 2.06. The lesser polarity makes it lesser reactive. You can see here the polarity is in the chlorine side and here also it is in this. But due to the difference in hybridization, polarity difference takes place. The fourth reason for less reactivity is instability of phenyl cation. When we studied SN1 reaction, we had seen that tertiary butyl chloride can release chlorine to form a carbocation. But if you apply that knowledge here and try to make a phenyl cation, it will not be stabilized by resonance because the sp2 hybridized orbital has the positive charge which is perpendicular to the p orbital of the phenyl ring. That is why resonance is not possible and nucleophilic substitutions are impossible. The reaction which I am showing here, understand, It's not possible. I've marked a arrow here, cross, and also written phenyl cation not formed. This was a reason why they do not show SN1 reaction. Some of you might think why they don't show SN2 reaction. Now in SN2 reaction, the reasoning was nucleophile attacks from the backside. Now the problem over here is aromatic compounds themselves are electron rich molecules, and due to the presence of pi electrons, they repel the nucleophile. So because of this, SN2 reaction or overall nucleophilic substitutions are extremely difficult. By now you must have understood that how nucleophilic reactions are difficult with haloarenes. Still, we will study few examples of nucleophilic substitutions of haloarenes. The first is a replacement with hydroxyl group. I am noting down some points here so that you can by heart them easily. The conversion we are doing here is called chlorobenzene to phenol. The reagent used NaOH has very dilute condition 6 to 8%, but temperature is quite high 623 Kelvin, and even pressure is extremely high 300 atmosphere. The process was discovered by a German scientist Dow. It's called Dow's process. You can see the two steps over here. Chlorobenzene is first treated with NaOH with the said conditions. We get a substance here called sodium phenoxide, which when further treated with HCl forms phenol. Second replacement we are studying is by amine group. Now here the reaction is to convert chlorobenzene into aniline. The reagents used are ammonia with copper oxide. Temperature is 473 Kelvin and pressure is 60 atmosphere. Condition is what we see here. Chlorobenzene is treated with ammonia with Cu2O to produce aniline as the product. You can clearly see chlorine is getting replaced with amine group. The third replacement is with cyano group, CN. We are going to convert chlorobenzene into cyanobenzene. This is carried out by NaCN in presence of CuCN. Temperature is 475 Kelvin along with pressure. Most of the time the solvent utilized is pyridine or dimethyl formamide. Reaction is quite easy. Chlorine is getting replaced with a nucleophile cyanide. The substance is called benzonitrile, also known as cyanobenzene. This cyanobenzene can be converted into lot of useful compounds. Let us see their conversions. This is the cyanobenzene compound. If I carry out a partial hydrolysis of it, we convert CN into amide group. So we convert cyanobenzene into benzamide. Instead, if I do a vigorous hydrolysis of it, we convert it into benzoic acid. And if you try to reduce it, you will get benzyl amine. So the compound cyanobenzene can be converted into either benzamide, benzoic acid, or benzyl amine. So far, whatever we had seen, if you have observed, the temperature and pressure values were quite extreme. So how can we improve this condition practically? Reactivity, as we know, is very low. Practically it is seen that if you put electron withdrawing groups like cyanide or NO2 on the benzene ring, nucleophilic substitution reactivity increases. Let us prove it with some examples. You can see this is plain chlorobenzene where the conditions are 623 and 300 atmosphere. Let us introduce NO2 group at para position. You can see now 623 is now not needed and we just need 443 Kelvin. Imagine we put another nitro group and the temperature still comes down to 368. And let us put all ortho and para positions with NO2. We don't need to record even temperature, mere warming is enough. I hope you can see that in all the reactions, chlorine is getting replaced with OH, and temperature conditions are becoming easier and easier. 623 to 443, 368, and merely warming. What is making it different? Why NO2 group is making a difference? Also, you can see that we haven't put any group at meta positions at all. Let us give some reasons for it. The presence of NO2 group at ortho and para position is found to withdraw electrons from the benzene ring and making it more ready to attack. You can now see that NO2 group is connected to the ortho position. OH is getting attacked, but at the same time, electron pair of ortho position is getting shifted to nitrogen. Now, there will be a play of electrons within the nitro group resonance, and overall, the resonance hybrid become more stabilized. This makes ortho position more reactive for reactivity increase. Instead of this, if you put this at para position also, similar thing takes place. That makes ortho and para positions more reactive for haloarenes. Instead, if you make a group at meta position, we will see that it does not stabilize by resonance at all. Now you can see if meta position is there, you can clearly observe that the negative charge on benzene ring is coming on ortho and para positions, and NO2 group is absolutely not able to help to stabilize the resonance. That itself shows that meta position will not have any effect on the reactivity of haloarenes. This completes our topic of haloarenes.